Hey everybody, it's Kyle coming to you from the basement. Not a ton of crazy stuff going on, but hey, you know, just life. uh, yeah, I know I definitely went off a little bit last week on trolls, but again, I don't understand the point of it. I guess I have to keep in mind that some people just don't have a lot going on in their life, and um, they choose to fill it with negative stuff, and that's sad. It's sad for them because there's just so much more to life. But anyway, we'll just move on from that. So what's going on in my life that's good right now? Well, homecoming was last weekend. It was action packed. I'll have some pictures in the notes. So you might want to go take a look at those, or you might not want to. I don't know. It's entirely up to you guys. But it was just busy, 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 starting Friday afternoon, and with the homecoming parade. My son was in there with marching band. My daughter was in there with her tennis team. It was straight from that point forward. It was just nonstop through probably, Sunday morning, really. I had also around that, so that was a lot of fun, even though it was super action packed. It was a lot of fun. That was really good. And, things are really good in my life. Again, I say that a lot. Yeah, I know you probably hear that and you're like, well, what could be bad? Well, there's always things that could be bad, right? I had been kind of suffering from some insomnia there. Ragweed is really bad this year. And that's one of the ones that really gets to me. Usually in the spring and the summer, I'm not too bad as far as allergies go. But in the fall, ragweed just totally and completely F's me up. And this fall's been really, really bad. So starting about last week, towards the end of the week, probably Thursday, the day before homecoming stuff started, I went about 4 solid days in a row where I would wake up in the middle of the night and then I would just be up. I couldn't, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get back to sleep. I couldn't make my brain just shut down and let me go to sleep. There was a bunch of anxiety involved with it as well. And it was killer. It really sucked, man. I can tell you that, it did not feel good at all. So I think it was like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and even Sunday night. And then the good thing is with my job, they allow me to kind of work on my schedule so I can still get stuff done. But, when I was waking up in the middle of the night like that, I would just finally surrender and come down to my office and start working because I didn't know what else to do until I would get tired, and then I would go upstairs and I would sleep, and then come back and work later. But yeah, it really sucks. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but it's not a good feeling. I did reach out to a friend of mine, Tommy, on Facebook, somebody I went to grade school with, actually. And he has had issues with sleep apnea. I have been tested for some of that stuff. I haven't had a sleep study done, but we've discussed it and everything, and it's been determined that that's not what my issue is, because it doesn't happen all the time. It tends to happen when there's a lot of stressful things going on and during that fall allergy season. Anyway, it was a good conversation with him. He was really cool. I knew he would be awake. That's why I kind of reached out to him on Facebook Messenger. And anyway, he was really cool, and we discussed it, and he had a few suggestions, and we talked about getting together and maybe having a beer or going out for a meal or something. So hopefully we'll do that in the near future. But Monday, after I had gone through this a few times, about 4 times, I was completely out of it, exhausted. And I did look around to try and, it's so hard to make a doctor's appointment. People say this healthcare industry in the United States is the best. It is when you can go in. And, that's what's ridiculous. I mean, if you go to the ER, it's going to cost thousands of dollars. It doesn't really matter what it is. You could have a bad fart and go in there and leave with a $2,500 bill. And that's bullshit. But luckily enough for me, the hospitals that we use where I'm at, they have started these new convenient care centers. So they have them in a lot of different places, self-standing buildings, some retail stores. So they did have an opening at one. I went to that Monday, discussed it with a practitioner there, and she and I decided, she wouldn't. I know they're leery to give people sleeping pills. I understand. I get it. But I was thinking, man, I need to sleep. But she did recommend a medication that I had not been taking for allergies. And she said, this one tends to make people pretty drowsy. So I'm hoping you can take this one in the evening and before bed, and hopefully you'll get to sleep through the whole night. Sure enough, worked like a charm. I ended up getting 5 new medications or 5 new prescriptions. Actually, they weren't all new. I think 2 of them were just, updates. And so, I took that medication that night, laid down to sleep Monday night, and boom, was out until Tuesday morning. Same thing, Tuesday night to Wednesday morning, boom, gone. So I do still feel real tired, just because I got some sleep to catch up on. But I feel a lot better. And it's lack of sleep is one of those things people don't really think about. And I know I was nowhere near what I'm getting ready to talk about, but it can actually kill you. It can drive you insane, and it can kill you. So it's not something you want to toy around with. If you're having problems getting a good night's sleep, you want to look into that and try and get it fixed. So a good thing that has happened to me is that I have the ability to go see somebody and discuss that with them, and we came up with a solution together. So there's a good thing that's happened to me, even though it was a bad thing that led to it. All right, so what am I into right now? What am I listening to? There's a few things that are going on. One real big one is I did order a special version of the new Rolling Stones album. Gosh, what the heck is the name of that record? That is so sad. Hackney Diamonds, I believe, is the name of their new album that's coming out, I think at the end of this month. But I ordered a special version. They had a deal where you could order it with the album art that coincides with your favorite baseball team, professional baseball team. So I did order a Royals one. So I'm pretty excited about that. I cannot wait for that. The songs that I've heard so far on the album are pretty good. So I know they did the one with Lady Gaga. It's a kind of more of a slow song, but it's awesome, So I would have never figured that I would be somebody who would be listening to new Rolling Stones albums. I mean, I kind of thought they were kind of hacks, really, after Tattoo You. But it's good music, man. I mean, there's still so much talent with those guys. So I will be excited for that to get here. Other than that, listening to new music. I mean, waiting for that new Electric Six vinyl to get here. I've listened to that whole album several times. It's really good. Finally kind of had my words with Merch Bar. I don't like to badmouth companies and stuff. Even though I will badmouth CVS forever, they're horrible. The pharmacy is what I'm talking about. But Merch Bar, I'd had a couple issues with them in a row where I had ordered albums and they just never came. And they never said anything about it. They never did anything about it. They never attempted to reach out to me to tell me, hey, it's going to be 5 months now or a year until you get this. Nothing. And so that's really, really crappy customer service, man. I mean, it's just garbage. So I had ordered that, I think Jackson Browne Running on Empty album. I think I told you guys about that. I ended up canceling that. And then I ordered Violent Femmes, and it was the same fucking thing, man. Took forever. Finally, I reached out to him and said, hey, dude, cancel this. You can't give me a time when it's going to ship. Then forget it. Give me a refund now. And so now I'm fighting with them to get that refund. They say they are having problems getting it refunded to my card, but they can do it via PayPal. So I've sent them my PayPal information. So hopefully I should see that coming in the next few days. Don't order from Merch Bar. They suck. Okay? I'm just warning you now. What else have I been listening to? A little bit more of that World Music Radio by John Baptiste. That's such a good record. But yeah, I mean, not a ton of new stuff, man. I am really surprised that Starcatcher by Greta Van Fleet doesn't seem to be available at other retail stores in the area. It seems like it's an exclusive or something for Target. Because I know I've been into Walmart's just for whatever, picking up spray paint. It's a long story. It's a project we had to do for marching band. But I've been in there and they never have it. I don't know if they carry it. And I've seen it on Amazon, but I haven't ordered it yet. I'm just wondering, is it just kind of not a great album? Because it does. I don't hear any of the songs anywhere. I'm just wondering, maybe it's not as good as I might have hoped it to be. Yeah, that's it. I can't really think of anything else as far as vinyl goes. I did get my new Vinyl Moon album, number 96. It's all instrumental, pretty much. It's beautiful, though. It's got a great sound. And then that one actually is from August, I believe. Yeah. And so the one that's supposed to be for September, they just sent me an email and said it was shipping soon. They had a big delay, some sort of screw up with their manufacturer of the vinyl. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But so I'll be getting a second one of those pretty soon, and that's cool. There's such great albums to listen to. Interesting stuff. Beautiful to look at as well and touch and read. And there's just a lot to them. I highly recommend Vinyl Moon if you've not used it. So what have I been watching? Well, we finished up Ahsoka last night. The final episode came out. And it wasn't quite what I had hoped for as far as the final episode. I had a feeling we were going to get left hanging because what I had always heard is that Dave Filoni is working towards a film that incorporates a lot of his Clone Wars stuff and Rebels stuff that he had created prior to Mandalorian. And so it kind of, I wasn't too crazy about how it ended, but at the same time, there was a lot of great action scenes in it. The duels and the fights and the lightsaber work and stuff was incredible. And yeah, it's just a couple characters were left hanging there that I really liked, and you didn't really get to know much about them and what was going on with them and where they were headed. And that kind of sucked. And then the other bummer is that the writer's strike is over now. Actor's strike is still going on, but it's like, when are we going to see another season and or movie that ties into the rest of the story with Thrawn and the sisterhood, the witches or whatever? I don't know. probably going to be a couple years, man. And that sucks. That sucks to leave people hanging that long. I know. Wham wham boo hoo, Kyle. They used to do a movie every 3 years for the original Star Wars trilogy, and then we had 16 years between the third one and then the first one of the prequels. So shut up. Yeah, I know. I get that. I get it. Other than that, I did start watching the second film by the creators, the directors of what the heck is the name of that movie that I watched? I told you guys about it before. Pretty small budget films, kind of horror films. The first one I watched was called Resolution. And then the next film by that group is called Spring. And it's very interesting. I started it last night. I need to finish it. But it's very interesting. I just kind of ran out of time. Even though it's really low budget and stuff like that, there's something about the way, and it's the combination of the shots and the acting and the music. I know most films and TV shows are that, but there's something special about the way that that's achieved with especially this director. Let me see if I can see what his name is. Aaron Moorhead. It's actually two guys, Aaron Moorhead and Justin Berman. They do these movies together, and I don't even know how to explain it, but they're able to garner the emotion, even though there's an absence, obviously, of finances to create a truly high quality film. They're able to get that emotion out of people that are viewing this. If you're focused on the film, of course. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing that one up. And then there's a couple more by the same people. There's Synchronic, and then Something in the Dirt, which is the newest one that came out in 2022. So I'm looking forward to those. I think Synchronic is supposed to be an actual sequel to the first film, which is Resolution. So Resolution is definitely like Blair Witch quality or lower. Spring is a little bit higher quality, but still not low quality. And then I hear, in Synchronic, I'm trying to remember who I saw that was in it. I mean, Anthony Mackie is in it. There's some higher dollar actors in there. So it's going to be a little bit better. Yeah, Sam Malone, I recognize that name. Sophie Howe. Lawrence Turner, I know that name. There's some people in it that have been around and done some films before now. So that one's going to be the one where they have some money to work with, I think. And then I don't know if they go back to, looks like in the next one, Something in the Dirt, they kind of go back to where things were, where they didn't have a ton of money. So it'll be interesting to see. And the other thing I see about Something in the Dirt is that the two directors actually are acting in it as well, which is cool. Maybe not. I don't know. But, Spring seems to be pretty good so far. I can't wait to finish it. Not much else as far as watching goes on right now. I mean, Foundation, we're still watching that. Boy, the second season really takes a big leap. I mean, the whole show and the whole idea is a big leap in the first place. It's already rather confusing and deep and all that jazz. The second season just really goes off the deep end, where you kind of have to just go ahead and just open your mind and say, yeah, whatever. Because if you don't and you start trying to overanalyze it, you're going to end up not liking it. And we do like it. We do like the acting in it, the looks of it, all that stuff. But it's definitely way more bizarre. The second season is. So you have been warned. Pardon me. And that's really about it. I mean, not much else in the watching department. can't think of much else there. Let's see. What else? I guess that's about it. Okay, what have I been reading? Nothing really. I mean, I do have some new comics, and there'll be some new ones today as well. Like I told you guys, Creep Show. There's a Silver Surfer Ghostlight book. I think that's an actual large book. It's not just an issue. So I'm going to be interested in reading that. Blade, we're up to 3 episodes on that. Bryn Mawr, or 3 issues. Bryn Mawr, there's 3 issues on that. Stuff of Nightmares had a new series come out. That's interesting, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, just the same stuff I've already talked about. Nothing really special there. Gaming, nothing new really. I have downloaded a new game. I have not played it yet. I have downloaded 2 new games. One of which, 3 new games. Whoa, my goodness, I better settle down. 2 of which I have not played, but one I played was, I think it's called like Alien Invasion or something, where you're this like spider-like creature, and it's an idle, like somewhat of an RPG, but you're this alien creature that has landed here, and you're just trying to take over everything. I don't know how else to explain it. Alien Invasion, RPG idle space is what it's called. Alien Invasion. It's pretty cool though. I mean, it's a good time waster if you're looking for something like that. It's pretty interesting. And the other ones, I don't even know what they are. I think it's Dragon Heir, like Heir to the Throne. Dragon Heir Silent Gods. That's one of them. I don't even remember what the third one is. The other. I haven't played Dragon Heir, and I haven't played this other one really. So, nothing too special going on in the gaming area either, guys. One cool thing that is going on in the gaming area is I did get, I think I told you guys I'm rebuilding my son's computer. He spent a few $100. I did get in the motherboard, which also includes the processor and the memory. Did get that in from China. Looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to building this thing for him. And then we did get the video card, which is a waifu card. I don't know if you know what that is, but kind of. I think I explained it in the last episode, but I'll explain it again really quickly. Long story short, it's have you ever seen the anime females with the gigantic balloon breasts and all that stuff? Well, it has that painted on the top plate of it. That's not why we picked it. We picked it because of the price. It's an RX 580 with 8 gigabytes of memory, video memory, and it also has 3 fans, so it keeps it rather cool. I have an RX 580 in my Mac Pro that I use, that I'm recording on right now, actually, and it works great. But this one's you're supposed to be able to get a little bit more power out of it, is what I hear. So. But yeah, pretty wild. So those came in, but we can't really do anything yet because we're still waiting on the CPU cooler. So I guess that one wasn't on the quick boat from China, but these 2 things were. So, I mean, it took less than 2 weeks for all this stuff to get here, which is amazing. So I'm really hoping the same goes for this CPU cooler, and we can get it in the next week and get this installed for him. Because he's gonna have a pretty good gaming rig when that happens. So, all right, and podcasts, nothing too super new there. I've kind of been listening to the same old stuff. I really love Real Survival Stories. I know I keep harping on that one. I also totally dig Rattled and Shook, and then I'm also really digging on the new episodes of I Survived. I have listened to Someone Knows Something, the new season of that one, which is your typical young female murdered type story, which is sad, but it is very typical. But I haven't really gotten into that one yet. I'm hoping I will. And that's about it that's new. Strike Force 5, got a lot of episodes of that, really, but now that the writer's strike is over, I've just been watching, Colbert every night and Kimmel in the morning when I eat breakfast. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be going back to that one or not. It's hard to say. That's it, guys. That's all I got. It was quite a bit. I'm surprised I had an episode this long because I didn't think I had that much to talk about, but I guess I did. I guess what I'd leave you guys with is just, I appreciate you listening. I did notice a little drop in the last couple episodes, so I hope that picks back up a little bit. I mean, I'm not making anything off this. I'm doing it. I've talked about it 100 times. It's more therapeutic than anything. But I do enjoy having an audience, and I hope you guys enjoy listening to it and all that jazz. One cool thing that happened is we put out a bunch of grass seed. My wife wanted to make sure we got grass seed out, and so I went and bought a big old crazy $60 bag of that stuff, and we put some of that down in some spots on the front and then around back. She needed it real quick, and it was set to rain last night, so I went out there and put it down everywhere in the back that she had asked for. And then, well, lo and behold, it rained last night. So that was pretty awesome. So that new grass is in the process of growing up. So if you're in the area, please do me a favor. Get off my lawn.